just going to go through these problems one at a time where I solve them. So for this one, A equals LW, we're solving for L. W is connected to L, so we're going to go ahead and divide by W on both sides, and we get A over W equals L for the first one. For number 2, we'll go in order. We're solving for R, so again, we're going to go ahead and, these are connected, so we're dividing by I on both sides. So R is equal to IR E. What am I doing? It's late. E over I. There we go. For that one. Number 3. I'm actually going to change that color so you can see a lot better. We're solving for R, so we have to get rid of the P and the T. And we can do that by just, because it's connected, dividing by P over T on both sides. So that would be P equals I over PT. R equals, I'm very tired. There we go. R equals I over PT. So for number 4, length, volume equals length times width times height. So we're going to solve for L. So we need to, again, W times H. If I divide W times H by W times H, I get 1. So it's going to be the length is equal to the volume divided by width and height. Alright, let's see. For this one, we're solving for H, so we're doing the same thing. All of this is one term, so there's no plus or minus, so we're just going to divide it off. 2 pi r. 2 pi r on both sides, that'll turn into a 1H for number 5. Solving for t, we're going to add f to both sides because they are not connected. So t is equal to v plus f. So solving for h, we're going to multiply, we did this one in your notes, multiply by 2 over 1 on both sides first. And you get 2a equals bh. And then I'm going to divide by b on both sides to get h by itself. Number 8, kind of similar. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal on both sides first. So we get 3v equals bh. And then we are going to divide up what we don't want. Since we're solving for b, we're going to divide off the h from both sides. And you get b equals 3v over h. Solving for m here seems kind of weird because it's c squared next to it, but because this is just multiplying, you're just going to divide by c squared on both sides. That's going to be c squared over c squared, which is 1 for that one. Solving for a, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal first. So that's 2s equals a t squared. And then we are going to isolate the a by dividing by t squared on both sides for that one. Number 11, you're going to solve for r squared. So you have to get rid of your pi. Again, it's attached, we're just going to divide it off. Number 12, you're solving for z squared, so we're going to multiply by reciprocal first. So that's 2e equals mv squared. So to get v squared by itself, we're going to just divide by m on both sides. For this one, it's a 2-step. On the same side as the b is the 2 and the f. We're going to zero out the f first. So that would be, let's see, equals 2b, and then we would divide by whatever's connected to the b to get s minus f divided by 2. For t here, first you're going to kind of look at where the t is. No, it's like both t and the r. You're going to get rid of this p first by subtracting it, and that would give you a minus p equals prt. And since you're trying to get t by itself, now the p and the r are connected to t, so we're dividing them off. pr on both sides. And that'll get your t isolated. Where's this one? I think we even saw it for w in the notes, but you're going to first zero out the 2l. So minus 2l, get p minus 2l equals 2w. And then again, you divide off the 2. Solving for h on 16. So first you're going to multiply by 3 over 1. And that'll give you 3v equals pi r squared h. And then you will divide by pi r squared to get h by itself. This is going to all turn into a 1. Oop, all the way back to the top. This is going to make you dizzy. Solve for d. So d is up here. If you think about everything else being numbers, like let's pretend like the RHG was like 100. D divided by 2 equals 5. You would first multiply by 2 on both sides to get that to turn into a 1. So you get 2t equals RHDG. And then whatever is connected to the D, you just divide off. Let's like put the right things. There we go. Whatever's connected to the V, you just divide it off. So RHG divided by RHG would give you a 1. So D would just be equal to 2t over RHG. This is one that we'll be using a lot this year. This is slope-intercept form. So we're going to solve for m. So let's get rid of the non-connected variable first. We have x and b on the same side. I'm going to zero the b out first because it's not connected to the m. Remember, you can't put that together. It's just y minus b equals mx. And then we're going to get rid of the x because we're dividing that off since it's connected to the m. So m is going to equal y minus b over x. All right, so solve for c. So this one actually is mostly numbers. We're going to get rid of the 32. It's a different term, so we can just subtract it off. And then we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. And just like on the notes when I did this, you want to make sure you multiply the whole thing by, 5/9 for that one. So make sure you put parentheses around it. Alright, and for the last one, we're solving for r to the third. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply by 4. Oops. Can you tell that it's 10:30 at night? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Multiply by 4. 3/4 on both sides. So that's going to be 3v divided by 4. And then you're going to divide by pi. See if I can like squeeze this one over here. So 3v over 4 equals pi times r cubed. So then you're going to divide by pi on both sides, which is, I guess we can get this. You're really, when you divide, you're multiplying by the reciprocal, so it's also going to be in the denominator. So it's going to be 4 pi equals r3. And that is all. So I'm going to post this key, so hopefully you check that first. And then, if not, you watch this video. Hopefully it was helpful. But again, don't stress out too much about it. You're going to work on your Google form, which is a couple of the easier ones as far as the literal equation part of it. And then we're going to review this next class. Okay.